Thatch Mac, and I'm really freaking excited to finally be able to announce the contest winners. I'm sorry this took so long. I kind of had a busy month. I had school, and then I had a Vanu came over, and that was really busy. I had a lot to, help him out because he was visiting me and all that stuff. But this is like literally the first time I've gotten to actually work on a video. This is the very first few hours I have to do anything. So I'm committing it to this video so I can get this announced and everything. So yeah. Renzo is going to sue me for stealing his format, but that's okay. So, I'm going to go over honorable mentions first, and I got 3 of these boys to talk about. So, I'm just going to get into that. So, the first one is a guy named Felixus Navidas. So, excuse me if I mispronounce some of these names. I just have the text here. And this one's by Legend Weaver 25. And, that's a cool name, by the way, Legend Weaver. That's a pretty cool name you got there. Also, I like the shark with the top hat. Anyway, so this guy's really cool. I really like a lot of the stuff on him, and I thought it was worth giving him credit for here because there are some really cool ideas. First off, the 3D printed mask looks pretty great. I really like that. It's a cool looking mask. That's nice. He's kind of got like this like Green Goblin hat thing going on where it's like this green thing and it's going over the back of his head. Either way, I like it. I think it looks kind of cool. It gives him a unique look. Yeah, the colors are really great. They're super Christmassy colors, which is not always nice. He definitely looks like an embodiment of Christmas. And I really I blew my mind when I realized that his necklace is an upside down Christmas tree. I thought that was pretty cool. That was a fun little oh, I never thought about that. He's wearing a Christmas tree. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff I really like about him. The only reason he wasn't quite there to make it as one of the winners was just because I think his build is a little messy and his proportions are kind of awkward. But I mean, that's not a huge deal. I still think it's a pretty nice mock, especially the color scheme. Color scheme looks really nice. So yeah, Legend Weaver, you did a great job, and keep at it. Thank you for entering too. Okay, so the next honorable mention is, I believe his name is Patricius. Again, I'm not going to be great at pronouncing these names. Hold on, I'm pulling up his information. By H.S. Ruko Diora? I'm sorry. That's the best I can do here. This guy was really cool for a bunch of different reasons. First off, his build is just really nice. It's a very clean, very nice, well done, well built type thing going on here. The color scheme is nice. His staff looks really cool, but more than any of that, I think what really got this guy here, aside from being a well built and just a well done mock, is this guy, HS. I'm just gonna say HS because it's a lot easier. I'm going to put the link in the description. He had this whole crazy development cycle on this. He wrote multiple paragraphs explaining his inspirations and his ideas, and honestly, it's a fantastic read. Just looking at all the cool, he did research on the lore of St. Patrick's Day, and it's an incredible amount of effort, and a ton of credit goes to just that. If you take anything away from this mock, first off, it's a good mock, but second, please read that background thing. The whole explanation of how he made him. Again, it's on DeviantArt. I'll link it in the description. And it's really fascinating. He talks about a whole bunch of different inspirations and a bunch of really cool stuff. And it honestly, typing that up is it's like he wrote a little essay about making this mock, and he deserves credit for that. So please go read that. But the mock itself is really good. In fact, this guy was really close to winning. There's another St. Patrick's Day mock here that I chose just over it. But honestly, it was really close. It could have been either one, and I really liked this mock a lot. It's a really well done mock. Making this guy. So, okay, the last honorable mention goes to, I'm going to say, I think it's pronounced Beige, by Shade 2800. He's a really great guy. Shade's a really nice person. And the mock's really nice too. I really like it. There's a lot of stuff I like about it. Ultimately, there's one major issue that I didn't like, not even a major issue. There's one little critique, one small critique. I went from major issue to small critique. Small critique is much more accurate about it, but just ignoring that, the head design on this thing is the best part, and it looks amazing. The head is great. Really awesome head. He's got little beady eyes. He's got a nose ring, and he's just got a ton of personality. That head, you totally get, oh, it's a great pig dude. It's a big old pig guy, and you totally pick on that immediately because of how well designed that head is. That head's great. The rest of the body is okay. And that's ultimately why I didn't choose it as a winner, is because the rest of the body is not really stand out. It's pretty good. I like it a lot. I like he's got like these cool shoulder pads, and he's got this nice cape. But I think the thing why I ultimately didn't choose, it's got this big old like staff thing, which is really cool. But the reason I didn't choose it is because the legs are really spindly and they look disproportionate, and that's the only reason why I didn't pick it. But that's a really small thing because the majority of the muck is pretty solid, especially the head, which is awesome. The head is really well designed. And so, yeah, nice job, Shade. Thank you for entering. Also, HS, thank you for entering, and thank you for writing a book on how you wrote the mock. That was amazing. Anyway, so, yeah, those are the honorable mentions. So now I'm going to get into the winners, and I'm going to let my boy Eggward take away announcing the numbers.
Number 5.
Coming in at number 5 in the Hanukkah category, weighing like, oh god, like what, like 2, how much to buy Hanukkah? You know what, I'm not going to do this whole like build-up thing. It's Eliezer Drayton by your boy, Purple Boy. Or Anaru? Or is it Anaru Boy? Or I don't, you know, he always changes his name, so I really have no clue. Anyway, this dude is awesome. This guy had a ton of effort put into him, and I have been a fan of Anaru's mocking for a long time, actually. I was subscribed to him before, like, while I was making, like, early Fodom episodes, you know, and it was really cool to see him enter the contest. I really, really love this guy. I think he's a really sweet mock, especially for a Hanukkah ancient, which I would have never, ever thought of doing a candle like this. This is a really cool, unique idea. And he really captures that. He's got all of, like, the plumes and everything, all the fire, and using the Mask of Creation that was the perfect choice. There's like no mask that would have worked better. That was absolutely brilliant parts usage and everything. The color scheme is really nice. The build is really nice. What's really nice about this one, and what kind of stink about the others is Anaru was able to like include like a how-to like build in the review he did of the mock. So I'll probably be able to build him pretty easily. Of course, I'm going to modify them a little bit and everything. A lot of the other ones, they don't do that, so you might hear me be like, hey man, you did a great mock, you won. Can you make like a video dissecting it so I can actually build it? Or message me on Instagram or something? I'll be sure to look out for that. Anyway, I'll go into that when we get to those entries. Anyway, so this is about Eliezer Drayton. So sorry, they've all got weird names, but they're great names. I think Eliezer Drayton is a really good name for this guy, and like I said, he's just a really well done mock. I think there's a lot of cool creative ideas. I like that he used the Ben 10 feet. I don't think people use those feet enough. I love those feet, and he painted these cool symbols on it, which means something that I forgot. I'm sorry, but I'll be sure to try and keep that over in my version because I think that's a really cool idea. And overall, it's just a really, really good, well done mock. So, nice job, Anaru. You did a great job with this mock. Nice moves. Proud of you. Keep it up.
Number 4.
Okay, I'm only going to try and say the name of this one time. That's all you're going to get is one shot. It's going to be terrible. I know it's going to be terrible, but I'm going to do my best. So, Jing Yong. You're never doing that again, because I probably said it horrendously wrong. Anyway, this guy's really, really, really cool. I'm going to say that a lot, but this guy is really cool, and this was designed by Storm Seraph. So, yeah. Now, Storm Seraph is a good Magus. His self-Mog looks really cool, so I was hoping he'd enter the contest, and he did, and that was really good. So let's talk about the mock. As I stall to pull up photos of him for me to use as reference. There we go. Okay, this guy was really nice. I think his design is simple, but effective in a lot of different ways. The color scheme is obvious, you know, it's the gold and the yellow, gold and yellow, yeah, no, gold and red, and I think that obviously, you know, that takes advantage of the whole Chinese New Year thing very well, but I think the nicest part about it is it's just got a really nice shape to it. Even though a lot of it is CCBS, the shaping of it is really quite nice. Especially from that main photo I'm showing of it, you can easily see he's got this great, like, you know, like Chinese dragon sort of like bend and shapes to him, and he looks really cool. I really love the use the head design is also just great. Really captures the look of a dragon head. I quite like that. He's got these cool big old horns. He's got a katana. That's pretty cool. And he's got a lion on his tail, which is also really cool. Another thing I like to point out about it is that I really like the sort of personality he's developed. This guy just basically goes around and spreads positive vibes. That's pretty much his thing. His power is that he can make people feel really happy, you know, which is really cool. I mean, it's a very simple power. You don't think about it, but making people happy, that's a pretty powerful ability. I mean, hey, you could make anybody you want happy. I think that's pretty, I mean, that's just, I would want to be around that guy all the time, you know? So it's a very simple power, and in this, in the community where there's always like, this guy can move moons with his pinky, and he can tap into the death plane, you know? It's nice to have a Mog that's just nice, just makes people happy. That's his power. I think that's great. I think that's really awesome. So, that really made me smile. It's like, you know what? It made me happy. So, yeah. All right. Moving on to the next one.
Number 3.
Okay. So, this one's pretty cool. I like this one a lot. There's some cool stuff about it that I like. So, for the Christmas Ancient, we have Jacqueline Snow by Kevin Adorno. Kevin, thanks for having a pretty normal name. If I mispronounced your name, I apologize. But I really dig this mock. Obviously, it's really, really cool. I really like it. This is a great mock. But no, it is a good mock. I really like. It's just the build is just really good. I think the color scheme is nice. I think everything about it is just nice. I like the. I don't know. This is another. I find it hard. What can I say about it? That isn't pretty obvious that it's just a good mock. I like the skirt thing, and the skirt thing's alright, but I especially like the scarf around her mouth. I think that really makes it come together. The staff, the guy said, was inspired by Farah's staff, which is pretty cool. I wish I could get a better look at it because I can't really from these photos. So yeah. Now this is one of the ones where Mr. Adorno, I would appreciate if you uploaded some sort of video or if you messaged me on Instagram with a little bit of a deconstruction of how to build this one, because I don't exactly know how to get into that torso to make my own version of it. I would like to see that because it does look like a nice build. I like it a lot. The color scheme, I think, is one of the coolest parts. I like all the snowflake stuff and everything about it. The name Jacqueline Snow is obviously a lot like Jack Frost, so I might change her name in the actual video. But aside from that, I mean, I think it's a really good mock. I think everything about it is just really nice. You did a great job, Kevin. So, yeah, nice work. All right. Sorry, again, I don't know. It's just a good mock. I don't know what else to say. All right, moving on to the next mock. Take it away, Edward.
Number 2.
All right, there's a few ways I could pronounce this name, but it's either Willie or it's Wiley, but I'm going to go with Wiley. So, Wiley DeCroykin. DeCroykin? Like Croiky, that's a big gator. Or is it like... is DeCroykin a thing and I'm just an idiot and I don't even know what that is? Anyway, this is St. Patrick's Day winner. So, this was a tough one. I was really stuck between this one and Patricius. I really liked both of them. But in the end, I chose Wiley here because I just think there is an immense amount of effort into the build of this guy. Like, if there's little things you don't notice the first time around that I'm just even noticing now, right? Like, for example, he's got little rings on his shoes. Sorry, this was designed by Meep Just Meep. And man, Meep is a really great guy. He always leaves really nice comments on everything. So, awesome work, Meep. You got second place. Even though the places aren't really a big deal for this. This is just a random order. Anyway, he's got little rings in his shoes, which is a really cool thing. He's got like a star on his belt, and he's got like his hair goes around his head, and he's got like a little hat. He's got this cool little like staff thingy, and it's just a lot of really dope stuff and a lot of really small details that I think really paid off and made a really, really good build. Really like this guy. I think he really captures the holiday really well in a completely different way to Patricius, but that's not to discount Patricius, because again, please read that big old like thing that that HS wrote, because there's some really cool stuff. Anyway, this guy's much more the cliche interpretation of St. Patrick's Day, which is still fine. And I really like pretty much everything about this guy. Again, the build is just so cool, man. It's real, all the system and everything. Just his powers are that he can like manipulate gold to create gold weapons and stuff, which is really cool. I really like that. It's just a really nice job here. The only thing that's a little iffy is that his face is like that tan. It's that thing where people use a tan Kanohi to look like almost a humanoid face. And with Fodum, where there's like Farah, who's very humanoid, like it gets a little weird. Like when you do that, like what would this guy look like realistically? It'd be pretty horrifying. So I might change the skin tone or something like that. I might change it to be a little bit more alien looking. But aside from that, man, this build is awesome. And this is another one where it's like, man, that build is so cool, and I have no idea how to build it. So Meep, I would really appreciate it if you did like a deconstruction video, or again, if you went to me on Instagram and messaged me, was like, hey man, this is how you build, or a video, either way, you know, just some way so I can know how to build this really cool dude. So, yeah, now that was that mock. He's awesome. Moving on to first place.
#1!
Jeez, the freaking wheeze, Rangus. What the frick was that? All you gotta do is be like, #1. But you're like, #1. Are you haunted by a freaking demon? Do we need to call the Ghostbusters? Maybe we don't want to call the Ghostbusters because our #1 happens to be a Day of the Dead ancient, Desparo. I'm gonna say it like that because that sounds way cooler. But anyway, Desparo, Jack Sparrow. I don't know. It's a really cool name though. I really like this guy. This dude was an obvious choice for me, man. As soon as I saw him, my mind was blown. Now his build is pretty simplistic. He's mostly just CCBS, but man, the color schemes and the details and everything about, he just really, like, all those extra little things coming together to make a really, really special mock that just stands out, man. It's a fantastic, like, just looking mock. All the little custom things, like the stickers on the hands to make like the fingers and all over the body, and in the chest, and in the head with all the painted parts on it, in the hat, and the rose. It's just, and even the cape I think is custom. Just a lot of work went into this one. I can tell. It definitely you took your time with it, you know, making all these little parts. And man, really great job. This is by Xanton, and Xanton, you really nailed the Day of the Dead ancient. He's just irritating Day of the Dead. Everything is just, it's so nice. You really did a fantastic job. I really love this mock. I just think he looks great, man. He's just stunning. I think that's the best way to put it. I mean, again, he's not super complex, but all those little details just really, he just glows. So it was an obvious choice for one of the winners. I think he did a great job. Thank you to everybody who entered. I'm sorry if you didn't win. Maybe next time, if there is a next time, I'm sure Renzo would do something. And if Renzo doesn't do something, maybe someone else will. Renzo, you should make a new contest now to pick up on all the people that are sad that they lost my contest. You should, piggyback off of that. Anyway, yeah, I thank you for entering. Again, sorry if you didn't win, but geez, I saw a ton of great mocks. I saw a ton of really cool ideas. Even if the mock wasn't so great, a lot of the time it had a really unique idea, or a part was used in a cool way, or it was just unique, and I noticed a lot of that. So thank you so much for entering. This has been this was actually pretty fun. I thought this would be just super tiring, but it actually ended up being a lot of fun. So thank you for entering. Thank you for watching. Look forward to seeing these guys in the video. Oh, also, Xanton, if you could upload a video, message me on Instagram about the build of Desparo, that'd be great. Anyway, thank you for watching, and goodbye.